Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Leah. It's been a long time, I know. Today what brought me here is to talk about the fact that we form frameworks and create systems to help us reach our goals, but then in the process of actually working towards our goals, we work to meet the people around us instead of working to meet the system that we form to help us get to our destiny. Now, I kind of mentioned this earlier and people did not understand what I was talking about. They said, Leah, what do you mean by, working? I mean, it should be that we work to meet people's needs and stuff. Okay, that wasn't quite right, because that's not what I meant. What I meant is, in order to actually achieve the dream you want, in order to achieve your aspirations, your dreams, whatever you can call it. Could it be an organization? Could it be a church? Could it be yourself, your self kind of development? Whatever it could be that you want to make sure that you reach to the maximum or to the top of whatever, you have to sit down and say, okay, how am I going to get there? And then through the process of trying to find out how you're going to get there, number one thing is you find a framework, or you find a system, or you find a way that is going to lead you to where you're meant to go. But then in the process, now this I discovered as I was talking to individuals, the organizations that I've been to, the consultations that I have done, I've discovered that actually so many of these organizations are wondering why things are not going away, including me. I have done before. That's why I went ahead and I did the research that I was doing to find out what is it that actually happened. Why do we work to meet people instead of working to meet the system? Now, the reason why I actually picked that topic is because this system that you've created is what is going to help you to work towards your journey. But then along the way, you have people with different who don't even know what your dream is about, who don't care if you get there or you don't get there. These people you meet along the way. Now, these could be people who come to join you as an organization, people who you employ, people who just in the way, or people you meet on the way who are not even connected to you whatsoever, who have a different way of doing their things, or they also have their own system. Now, in the midst of you meeting these people, getting in contact with these people, they'll talk to you about the way of doing things. Then you change your system that you've already planned or you put together. You change your system, and then you continue to do what you have to do, but then basing on the individual, or basing on someone else's system, because basing on what they've said that worked, basing on what has worked for them, or basing on what you see, without even questioning yourself and say, how did they get to where they are? How did they get their own? All you had is that, you know what, I've done that before, it has worked. So now remember, you forget you are a different person, you work differently, you have a different goal. It could be similar, because for example, some people want to be footballers, and there are plenty of footballers in the world. But what you have to remember, most footballers come from different backgrounds. Some people, are born rich and they've played football all the way. Some people are like, oh my God, it's my goal. Some people, it was a chance that they even in football. So you all came from a different environment, which means different systems will actually work for you in order to both of you get that goal. So what you have to consider is, did I come from the same background this person has come from? Do I do I speak the same language in terms of okay, I don't mean like languages I'm speaking, but in terms of what I have, the things that I have to support my dreams, or the things that I can get, the things that I can access to support my dream. Once you actually look at that, you will then know that, you know what, yes, it is very important that I work to meet my system in order to actually get what I'm supposed to get. Do you get it? Now, for those of you that haven't got it yet, once again, imagine I want to my goal is to make sure that I maybe create a product similar to this. There's already a product out there that was created. I don't know who did this actually. I have no idea. Now, we both have the same goal to have this product out, but that person that, you know, could have been from either Germany or whatever. I came from a different country, and we have different understanding of how things work. Even though we go to the same school, the process that I go through to get, for example, to Greenwich University, and the process that other person got through to get to Greenwich University in order to learn how to make this is gonna be different. So on my way to university into learning how to do this, if I divert myself and I completely start listening to what that person is doing, I might end up not, you know, producing the product, because they have different access. They have different way, or they have a different way of thinking that is slightly different, because God created us all different, so we can't think the same. And therefore, we won't be on the same level at all time, even though we have the same similar goals, right? I hope I am making sense to why you should stick on the system that you formed. And obviously, when I talk about the system, I mean you have to go through different stages of actually forming the framework that will help you to get to where you need to get to. Because if you think, you know, frameworks are already created. For example, I've seen this actually in organizations. So many organizations, they said, you know what, we're in partnership with this organization. They've already created, they already have a framework that is going, you know, that helps in that kind of area. Well, it's good. You pick some nuggets of how, you know, from the framework that they created. But remember, the reason why they created or they formed that framework is because it meets the organization's need. As in, for that being there, that's how they gain and stuff like that. So you come here rushing onto their framework, you might not necessarily meet your needs. You might not. So what am I trying to say? Stick on your framework. If you have a system, if you don't have one already, if you don't have one already, get one set up, get one done, and then follow the process. And the reason why it's different, because we are different, regardless of the fact that we all have a first-class degree. We are different individuals. We have different roads, so you can't. And another thing I wanted to say actually, in the journey, for example, in the journey of, say, let's say, we all like beautiful things done, and different things, beautiful things are actually created by different people who are all creative in their mind. But all these people, in order to bring those beautiful things that went to the table, they had to go through different processes. And what helped their processes is what they had in place in order to make that work. So for example, it could be from China, where you've got plenty of people who are able to create things as quick with the fake or real quickly, and then you've got someone right deep in the village somewhere who also has the same dream to create the same product, same idea, same knowledge, able to do it, but the access to facilities or whatever they need is different. So if they don't follow the process of how they're gonna get to the requirements that they need to bring this product, and they look at the fact that these people from China or whatever, they quickly bring those products, or they do it in a certain way, and they try to jump on their way, they're not going to reach their dream, because they're gonna get in the way and realize, you know what, actually they have access to electricity or technology or whatever, and we're way backwards. So that means their framework won't work for us, their system won't work for us. But what I'm trying to say, guys, organizations, individuals, if you have a framework that belongs to you, that is going to help you to get to your dream or to achieve your goals, stick on that before you use other people's framework. Because everybody, individuals, organizations are different. And if you're to use other people's frameworks, then pick out a little, pick out nuggets. So yeah, that was what I had to say today. I hope it makes sense. I hope you guys understand why I mentioned that, and I'm looking forward to come back again soon. I'm so busy, but I love you guys. Thank you.